Hi everyone, welcome to my channel A Stitch Too Far. My name is Ingeborg and I'll be talking to you about my cross stitching today. I hope you all had a good 2 weeks with lots of stitching done. Unfortunately, besides some great news, we also had some bad news in our community, and just in case that you didn't hear about it, we lost one of our #1 fans, I think is the right expression, Beverly Avenger, Bev and Teddy Bear, she's usually known, has passed away unfortunately, and I learned about this on Instagram, and I'm thankful for, I think it was Adele who shared this information, because I'm one of those persons who don't have Facebook, so I wasn't aware that this had happened. But sadly she passed, and she will be thoroughly missed, I can say that. So yeah, that was not a great occurrence in our community. On the other hand, we have had some really nice things happen as well, which I'm going to be talking about, and I'm just going to share some of my stitching with you today. And I have my coffee as always, and I'll be sharing what I've been working on and just a few short things I wanted to mention, and let's try and keep this at a reasonable length this time. So let's just get on with it. Let's just do the things I wanted to mention. First of all, it is July 2nd today, so yesterday was Canada Day, and all my Canadian viewers, happy Canada Day, belated, but still hope you had a really nice day. I think it's also the weekend that the United States is celebrating their independence on the 4th of July, but as I understand it from many people, that they're actually celebrating this weekend, so I hope you're having fun with that. Then I wanted to mention 2 new Flosstubers that I came across, and one of them is a Dutch lady named Hanneke, and her channel name is Simonaya. I will link her below. If you're a fan of short videos, you definitely need to check her out, but she's wonderful. In the first video she just introduced herself, and then she just uploaded another one where she shows some of her stitching. So go show her some Flosstube love, please. And then the other one I came across is Simon Stitches. I think that's his channel name. He's also on Instagram, that's how we got in touch, and he just started making videos, so go check him out too. And then Arlene, our lovely Arlene Cohen, has launched another few designs. So go check her Etsy store out. I will link that below too. They are lovely and definitely on my wish list for this month. And she also sent me the 2 extra lines that she left out of the poem, and thank you very much, Arlene, for doing that. That was greatly appreciated. Anything else I wanted to say? Oh yeah, last thing I wanted to mention. I haven't had time to go back to my LNS and talk about the plans for having a get-together, a stitching get-together. So I can't confirm a specific date yet, but I am thinking about one of the last weekends in August, because she told me that from September on she's going to be very busy with all the fairs and markets and dying for that she has to do. So I'm aiming for the end of August, and at least just to have a get-together on a Saturday when the shop's open anyway, and just, you know, if you want to browse and buy, that's fine, but you can also just stitch. And what I'm going to discuss with her is having also the opportunity to get together at her place on a Sunday, so 2 days in a row, because there has been some people from abroad who have shown interest in also joining us, and I figured might as well make it worth their while and try and see if we can make it an actual weekend. So I'll let you guys know how I plan on doing that in the next time when I've actually talked to her about this. So that's all the service announcements, public service announcements, and so let's just show you what I've been stitching on. And I'm just gonna go randomly. I have no idea what's in what, so let's just see. Yeah, oh yeah, I have one thing I have bought, and that has actually arrived because I'm waiting on some fabric from Hungary. But yeah, I bought a little clip-on Mighty Bright Light. This is the Fusion one, I think. I came across it for a really nice price and I decided to get it because I learned from my experience with my sprained ankle that it might be useful to have something like this handy for when I might need it. And this has just a little magnifier and a nice light. It works on batteries, but I've also ordered an adapter because you can also hook it onto the regular plug. So I'm waiting for that to arrive, but yeah, really happy with this. So that's my only purchase. And then I worked on some smalls. Let's see if I can find the pattern. I already started this one previously, and I just picked it up a few times and now it's done. So here is my finish. It's not framed yet, but that will happen. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It was easy to stitch. Don't think I made any errors in this. This is my big toe designs and it is on 40 count rosewood, Zweigart. And it's something to frame. And then when I heard about the news of Beverly passing, I was looking through my patterns and I came across one that I thought would be nice to stitch up because it sort of summed up my feelings at that time. And I'm trying to look for one more skein of floss. And here it is. Okay. So it's another one of those quotes by My Big Toe. Friendship doubles our joy and divides our grief, which I felt was right because the Flosstube community is such a great place for friendship. And as I said before, Beverly will be very much missed. I substituted the flosses because I didn't have any of the flosses that were called for. So I just dug around and looked for things that were pretty. So I used for the lettering, I used a threadworx 1080 called Morning Glories. It's a nice blue and purple variegation. And I used Spanish Olives 1069, another threadworx one for the green, and I used xJudesigns Holy Yellow for the flowers. And I finished it this weekend. So here is my finish. Oh, sorry. And I think I'm going to try and finish it into a pillow. I've never done that before. I added a few more of the flowers because I felt like it needed it. Yeah, that was really nice to stitch on. Okay, that's that. Oh. Then the next thing, oh yeah, I started another small because I saw that my little Stitchy World, Frances, had started this. So I thought I would join her. She was one of the winners of my giveaway for the scissor fob, the sweetheart tree. And I decided, well, I might as well jump in and start it with her. So I started like her on the dark fabric. And this is how far I got so far. And I am finding this one pretty tricky to stitch. I've had to frog and redo it quite a few times. And I've worked on dark fabric before, but that was, well, I'm working on the garden party, which is dark, but that's not as dark as this, I guess. And I've had the black Ada that I worked on, and the sparkly. And somehow this blue, it's really getting to me. It's really hard for me to see. So, not going as fast. But yeah, I got a bit done, and I'm going to pick this up again. I'm finding that I need to do this when I'm relaxed, so this will be a weekend weekend stitching piece, not something for during the weekdays or late at night. But yeah, it is a really nice design, and apart from frogging a few times, I really am enjoying it. So this one is the Hardanger along. That Stitching with a Smile, Nina, is still hosting for us. And she just uploaded a video this week with the cable stitch. And that was quite a bit of work, but it still goes pretty fast, but it was just a lot. So, but I did just finish it this morning. Spent this morning finishing it. So this is where I'm at. It's a bit wrinkly, but yeah, so let's see if I can show you. So all these stitches are the cable stitch, and over here, that's all been done this week. And there's still more cable stitching, I think, to go inside between these two borders, but that's going to be for the next time. But yeah, this cable stitch was actually quite fun to do. It was such an easy stitch, and the effect is really nice. It does, when I first started doing it, I did think it was a bit busy, because I was used to having a lot less showing up in the middle. But yeah, now that it's done, I really, really like it. And look forward to doing the last bit of cable stitching, because after that, I think we've done all the stitching that we can do, and it's time for cutting. Yay! So, Trisha, if you're watching at 3 Owl Stitches, I've started folding my fabric in different ways all the time, because, as you mentioned, it might not be too good to keep folding it the same way. And I had another new start. I think Stitch Mania sort of inspired me, or I'm just being restless and it's summer or something, but I did a lot of starts, and this is another one. I just felt I didn't want to work on any of my other pieces, so I thought, let's rummage through the ones I've kitted up and see if there's anything that speaks to me, and this was one. And I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can. Trail of Song by Stony Creek. There's a saying on it, which I can't read backwards, so you're going to have to read it for yourself. And I'm doing this on a 28 count vintage antique June by Zweigart, a casual linen with all the recommended threads, apart from it asks for DMC metallic, I think, and I just looked for a Rainbow Gallery one in my stash, and this is number PB04. And I made a little bit of a start on this, and this is where I got to. Oh, sorry about that. that didn't work. And I'm back, sorry about that, that was my phone. Never happened before, but yeah. So I was showing Trail of Song, and as I mentioned, really like this fabric, by the way. Not sure if you can tell, but it has a little bit of a mottling. And yeah, really enjoying this, but I think I had enough starts recently. So this hasn't been out much after I started all those smalls. And so that's that. Then I worked on my regular whips and oh, come on. And this is Mother Maya. Ink circles. And I have been working on this motif, and I added those two as well. And I posted about this on Instagram because I was working on these things and actually had no idea what they're supposed to be. And so I made it a little bit of a contest on Instagram to see if anyone could come up with what they were. And of course, who else but Adele, who we all know and love, would come up with that they were butt plugs. And then someone made a more reasonable assumption, which was Simon Stitches, who said they made him think of the Mayan temple where there was some sort of stone carving of snakes, which then resulted Adele in the inspiring quote that they were probably butt snakes then. So this is my new name for this piece. Butt snakes by ink circles. So yeah, I got the whole motif done and added those little things and getting close to finishing this piece now because there is a vertical motif here, a smaller motif here, one here, and then there's a long horizontal one, and that's the final one. So yeah, pretty sure that around the end of August this should be finished. Love it. Oh, and the fabric is, I think it's Legacy by Pictureless Plus. Yeah, 32 count lugana, and the fiber is a Carrie's thread, Carrie's Creation thread in Mojave fire. Then I also worked on Death by Cross Stitch, and might have that one too. And here's where I got to. Last time you saw it, I think I finished this bit and the alien face, and I've added a few more aliens to my pattern. So this is about halfway through that motif. Really easy to stitch, loving it. Nothing more really to say about it. And then the last one I worked on, let's put this away. The last one I worked on was, of course, the garden party. Which looks like this, by Mirabilia. Let's put her in here. I've gotten quite a bit done on this again. I mainly worked on this floral bit in her dress, and yeah, really was a lot of fun, although it was a lot of confetti. But yeah, it was really nice to see it take shape, and really pleased with how it's looking. And I think next time when I pick this up again, I'll be trying to fill in a bit more on this side of the dress. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. I don't think I've had such a short video in quite a while. But yeah, I have a bit of other things on my mind at the moment. I need to finish some things for work today. Actually, that was what the call was about. So yeah, kind of trying to rush through this, I'm sorry. So what you didn't see was Takapuna Beach and Save the Stitches, because Save the Stitches I showed you last time, Takapuna Beach too. I haven't worked on those yet, probably will this coming week. So, plans for the next 2 weeks are to just keep stitching. I'm expecting some fabrics to come in from Hungary, from xJudesigns. Looking forward to those, really excited about those. I have some stuff coming in from the United States too, and I'm still waiting on that adapter. So it might be a bit of things that I might make a separate video about if I get them in. I also might make a separate video if my plans for the Stitchy get-together are becoming more concrete, because not everyone will be interested in that. So you might be seeing a few shorter videos pop up in the next 2 to 4 weeks from me. And that's about everything I have to say today. Yeah, not being my cheerful self today, I think, but yeah. You have those days too, right? Anyway, last thing to share is some random Dutch thing, and this was inspired by Henry III. You know who you are. Because he talked about hugs, and that reminded me about the way we say hello and say goodbye to people in the Netherlands. We generally give people, women, 3 kisses on 1, 2, 3 either cheek. So men will kiss women, women will kiss women. Men don't usually kiss men when they say hello or goodbye. Sometimes they do, but it's not very common. So they just shake hands. We don't do hugs. The only time I hug people is they are either close friends or family members and something sad has happened, like a funeral or I don't know. Because that's about personal space, I think, and that's interesting to me that it's different between different cultures and countries, that a hug in the United States is considered okay, while a kiss on the cheek is like really invading your personal space. Well, over here it's the opposite. Yeah, just interesting to me. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up because I need to get to work, and I will try and upload this and probably not edit a thing, except I have to paste 2 pieces of film together, but yeah, that'll happen, and I will see you in 2 weeks. I hope you will have great 2 weeks of stitching and celebrations of 4th of July if you're in the United States, and just enjoying the summer or the winter if you're on the southern hemisphere. I'm rambling now. I will see you later, guys. Bye bye.